All right, hello, Washington Eagles. It is Monday, May 11th. It is fraction and mixed numbers times. Just time. It's fraction and mixed number time. So, remember that fractions are part of a whole, but sometimes we have something called an improper fraction. So, if we have an improper fraction, usually, we don't like improper fractions. So what we have to do is we have to make this either a mixed number or proper fraction, or maybe it might be a whole number. So whenever you have a fraction, when your denominator is smaller than your numerator, you're going to be dividing, okay? And so this is honestly another way to divide, to show division. So you're going to say 8 is going to be our dividend, and 2 is going to be our divisor. Okay? That's all it is. We're just dividing, quite honestly. So how many times can 2 go into 8 without going over? It's the same deal. How many times can 2 go into 8 without going over? So you can always think, well, what times 2 is 8? Well, 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And so 8 halves is equal to 4. Okay, that's all. That is all. Although sometimes there might be a remainder, and there will be one. I'll show you what to do. Okay, so what about this? 20 over 4. So it's the same thing. We're going to say 20 is going to be our dividend. 4 is going to be our divisor. And what times 4 is 20? Is something times 4 equal 20? In this case, yes. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Remember, anything that ends in a 0 or 5 is going to be a multiple of 5. And if it ends in a 0, it's got to be a multiple of 10. So, yeah, we're going to think, oh, that's 5, because 5 times 4 is 20. So 20 over 4 is equal to 5. Now down here we have 7 over 3. So 3 can't go into 7 evenly, so I'll show you what to do. So we're going to say a 7 divided by 3. So 3 is not a factor of 7. So we have to get as close to 7 as we possibly can without going over. So how many times can 3 go into 7 without going over? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's divide it into 3s. 1, 2, 3. Because that's our divisor. 1, 2, 3. All right, 2. 3 can go into 7 2 times. Now, this is where it's important. 2 times 3 is 6. And now we're going to subtract. So 7 minus 6 is 1. So we have 2. 2 is our whole number. But we still have a remainder. And so since we're working with fractions, we're going to say 1 third. Okay, so 7 over 3 equals 2 and 1 third. Should I try another one? Let's do it. Let's try another one. Let's try 13 over 6. All right, so again, you've got to think in terms of how many times will 6 go into 13 without going over. Okay? Can you draw out 13? Yeah, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, let's divide 13 into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many times can 6 go into 13 without going over? 2, because we know 2 times 6 is 12. And we're going to subtract those two numbers. We're going to subtract 13 and 12. So, well, that's going to be 1. We have 1 remainder. 3 minus 2 is 1. Now, when we have a fraction, we can't leave it like that. So our whole number is 2. And our fraction is going to be 1 is our numerator, and 6 is our denominator. So 13/6 is equivalent or is equivalent to 2/6. 2 and 1/6, sorry. All right. So 2 and 1/6 is equal to 13/6. All right, let's try another one. All right, let's do 17/3. So this is an improper fraction, and we're going to turn it into what we'd call a mixed number. So we're going to say 17 divided by 3. So we have to get to 17 as close as we can without going over. 3 is not a multiple of 17, so let's get it figured out. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Well, let's divide this into thirds. So there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we have 2 left over. So what's our whole number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we know 5 times 3 is 15. We're going to subtract those two numbers, 17 and 15. So 7 minus 5 is 2. All right, we have something left over. So we have to turn this part into a fraction. 2 is going to be our numerator, and 3 is going to be our denominator. So this is called a mixed number. 5 and 2/3 is equivalent to 17/3. All right, nice job. Let's do one more. Let's do 15 over 2. So 15 over 2. Now, the first thing you should know is 15 is not an even number, so therefore 2 is not a multiple of it, so we got to figure it out. So we're going to 15 divided by 2. So we want to get as close to 15 as we can without going over. So start counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 is too much, so it'll be 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 2 is 14, and we're going to subtract those numbers. 15 minus 14 is 1. What are we going to do now? This will be our numerator, and the 2 will be our denominator. So 15 over 2 is equivalent to 7 and 1/2. All right, those are our mixed fractions, our improper fractions that we turned into mixed fractions. It is basically just division. And until next time, stay safe. Love you guys. Bye.